Another key to transforming negative thoughts is self-compassion. Often, the harshest critic we face is the one inside our own minds. Negative self-talk perpetuates a cycle of doubt and frustration. By replacing judgment with kindness, you create a space where growth becomes possible. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend, offering encouragement rather than criticism, support rather than blame. This shift doesn't excuse mistakes. It empowers you to move forward without the burden of unnecessary guilt. Gratitude also plays a significant role in reframing negativity. The mind naturally gravitates toward problems. It's part of our survival instinct. But this tendency can leave us blind to what's going well. Cultivating gratitude interrupts this pattern, training the brain to recognize the positive alongside the negative. By consistently acknowledging even small blessings, you build a foundation of positivity that makes it easier to handle challenges when they arise. Mindfulness is another transformative practice. Negative thoughts often gain momentum because we're not fully present. They pull us into regrets about the past or fears about the future, robbing us of the moment at hand. By grounding yourself in the present, through breathing, physical sensations, or simply observing your surroundings, you break the cycle of rumination. Mindfulness teaches you to see thoughts as fleeting experiences, rather than absolute truths, giving you the freedom to choose which ones deserve your attention. The language you use to describe your experiences also shapes your mindset. Words have power. When you frame situations in terms of absolutes, using words like always or never, you create a narrative that feels inescapable. By adopting more balanced language, you open the door to new possibilities. Saying, "This is hard, but I'm learning," feels vastly different from, "I can't do this." Small shifts in language create profound shifts in perspective. Visualization is another technique to counteract negativity. The mind responds strongly to imagery, often more so than words. When you catch yourself spiraling into a negative thought, take a moment to visualize a positive outcome or an alternate path forward. For instance, if you're worried about an upcoming presentation, picture yourself speaking confidently and receiving positive feedback. This mental rehearsal not only calms your nerves, but also primes your brain for success. Physical movement can also help transform negative thoughts. The body and mind are deeply connected, and physical activity has been shown to release endorphins, the body's natural mood elevators. Whether it's a brisk walk, yoga, or dancing to your favorite song, movement interrupts the stagnant energy of negativity, replacing it with vitality and focus. It's a reminder that sometimes the best way to change your thoughts is to change your physical state. Connecting with others provides another avenue for reframing negativity. Isolation often amplifies negative thoughts, making them feel more real and unmanageable. Sharing your feelings with someone you trust brings perspective. They might offer insights you hadn't considered, or simply provide the reassurance that you're not alone. Building a strong support network creates a safety net for those times when negativity feels overwhelming. Setting boundaries with your own mind is a skill worth cultivating. Just as you wouldn't let a toxic person dominate your space, you can learn to limit the influence of negative thoughts. This doesn't mean suppressing them. It means deciding how much energy and time they deserve. Practices like setting aside a specific worry time each day allow you to acknowledge concerns without letting them take over your life. Developing a growth mindset is crucial for long-term transformation. This mindset, championed by psychologist Carol Dweck, focuses on the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. When you adopt a growth mindset, failures and setbacks become opportunities to grow rather than confirmations of inadequacy. This perspective turns the fear of making mistakes into a willingness to embrace challenges. Acts of kindness, both toward yourself and others, can shift negative thought patterns. Engaging in small, meaningful acts, like helping a neighbor, volunteering, or even offering a genuine compliment, creates a ripple effect of positivity. These actions remind you of your capacity to make a difference, redirecting focus from what's wrong to what's possible. Breathing exercises, as explored earlier, continue to play a pivotal role in managing negativity. By combining mindful breathing with visualization or affirmations, you create a multi-layered approach to reframing thoughts. For instance, as you breathe deeply, you can repeat a calming phrase like, "I am capable," or "This too shall pass." The rhythm of the breath amplifies the impact of the words, grounding you in positivity. Journaling is a powerful way to process and transform negative thoughts. Writing down your worries and fears gives them a tangible form, making them feel less overwhelming. As you write, challenge the validity of each thought and explore alternative perspectives. This practice not only clarifies your thinking, but also serves as a record of how far you've come. Spirituality, whether through formal religion or personal beliefs, can also provide solace and strength. Connecting with something larger than yourself, a sense of purpose, a higher power, or the beauty of nature, offers a perspective that transcends daily struggles. This connection can remind you that life's challenges, while significant, are only one part of a much larger journey. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. The process of transforming negative thoughts into positive growth is ongoing, and every step forward deserves recognition. Whether it's catching a negative thought before it spirals or successfully reframing a challenging situation, these victories build momentum. Acknowledging them reinforces your ability to grow and adapt, creating a positive feedback loop that strengthens your resilience. As you embrace these techniques, you'll find that negativity loses its grip. Instead of being held back by self-doubt or fear, you'll begin to see challenges as opportunities to evolve. This isn't just about changing how you think, it's about transforming how you experience life, opening the door to a deeper sense of peace and possibility. Recognizing the power of reframing negativity opens the door to a transformative shift in how we experience life. Yet, as we reshape our thoughts and find growth in challenges, another profound skill comes into focus: the ability to care deeply without being overwhelmed. There's an art to staying present with compassion while protecting your inner peace. This is emotional detachment, a balance between engagement and resilience, allowing you to remain steady even amidst life's turbulence. Mastering this balance doesn't mean hardening your heart. It means learning to navigate life with wisdom and grace. At the core of emotional detachment is the understanding that we cannot control everything. People will make choices that challenge us, situations will unfold unexpectedly, and emotions will rise within us like waves. Emotional detachment doesn't mean denying or suppressing these feelings. Instead, it's about cultivating the ability to observe them without becoming entangled. This practice creates a space between the trigger and your response, offering clarity and control. Detachment begins with self-awareness. When emotions arise, whether they are anger, sadness, or frustration, it's easy to let them dictate your actions. But by pausing and acknowledging the feeling without judgment, you shift from being reactive to being reflective. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Often, emotions act as signals, highlighting unmet needs, unresolved conflicts, or hidden fears. Recognizing their purpose helps you respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Mindfulness deepens this process. By staying present, you learn to witness your emotions as they come and go, much like watching clouds drift across the sky. This perspective reminds you that emotions are temporary. They rise, peak, and eventually fade. Practicing mindfulness teaches you to hold space for your feelings without being consumed by them. Over time, this practice builds emotional resilience, allowing you to face challenges with a steady heart. A key element of emotional detachment is recognizing the boundaries of your responsibility. Often, we carry the weight of others' choices and struggles, believing it's our job to fix everything. This can lead to emotional exhaustion and even resentment. Detachment requires acknowledging that while you can offer support, you cannot control how others respond or what paths they choose. This isn't indifference, it's respect for their autonomy and a commitment to protecting your own energy. Compassion plays a central role in balancing detachment with connection. It's possible to care deeply while maintaining a healthy emotional distance. Compassion means showing kindness and understanding without absorbing the pain or negativity of others. Instead of taking on their burdens, you can offer a listening ear, words of encouragement, or practical help. This approach allows you to remain empathetic without losing yourself in their struggles. Learning to let go is another essential aspect of emotional detachment. Clinging to expectations, whether for yourself, others, or life itself, creates unnecessary suffering. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting reality as it is and working from that place of truth. This acceptance frees you from the frustration of trying to control the uncontrollable, allowing you to focus your energy where it matters most. Breathing techniques, as explored earlier, serve as powerful tools for emotional regulation. When faced with overwhelming emotions, returning to the breath anchors you in the present moment. Deep, intentional breathing calms the nervous system, creating space for reflection and response. This simple practice reinforces the boundary between your inner peace and the chaos around you. Healthy boundaries are another cornerstone of emotional detachment. These boundaries protect your well-being while maintaining respect for others. They can take many forms: saying no to requests that drain you, limiting time spent in toxic environments, or communicating your needs clearly and kindly. Boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines that define how you engage with the world while preserving your peace. Developing a non-judgmental attitude also strengthens detachment. Judgment often amplifies emotional intensity, making it harder to see situations clearly. By approaching experiences and people with curiosity rather than criticism, you reduce the emotional charge and open yourself to understanding. This shift in perspective fosters compassion while reducing the emotional toll of conflict or disappointment. Practicing gratitude can also transform your relationship with emotional challenges. When emotions run high, gratitude serves as a grounding force, reminding you of the good that remains, even in difficult times. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, creating a sense of balance and perspective. Gratitude doesn't eliminate pain, but it helps you navigate it with a steadier heart. Emotional detachment also requires cultivating self-trust. When you trust yourself to handle life's challenges, you become less dependent on external validation or approval. This inner confidence allows you to engage with others from a place of strength rather than neediness. Self-trust grows through consistent self-care, reflection, and the practice of honoring your boundaries and values.